Greetings, everyone. Pete Pardo here from Sea of Tranquility. Welcome to pick number 22 of my favorite 30 albums of the 60s countdown. We're doing it together each and every day here in the month of September 2023. 30 days in a month. Our 30 favorite albums across all music genres from the 60s. I am only picking one album per artist or band. You guys can do whatever you like, right? But that's just me. So today, this is a debut album from a guitarist, singer, and songwriter, released July 1969, recording at Gotham Recording Studios in New York City, produced by Felix Pappalardi for Windfall Records. I'm talking about Leslie West, Mountain. Yeah, the big man, there he is. The late, great Leslie West. You know, it's a Leslie West album. It says it's a Leslie West album. To me, this is the de facto debut album from Mountain. You know, I know Mountain Climbing is technically the debut album from the band, but all the tools, all the sounds, everything is here. It even says Mountain on the front, right? I always kind of consider this the first ever Mountain album because it's got, you know, two of the three guys from the classic Mountain lineup, right? You got Felix Pappalardi on bass and vocals, also produced, like I said, Leslie West, of course, on guitars and vocals, a guy named N.D. Smart on drums, shortly after replaced by Corky Lang, and you got a guy named Norman Landsberg playing some Hammond organ on a couple tunes as well, right? So what is this album? Of course, if you know Mountain, one of the great heavy bands here in the U.S. at the time, late 60s, early 70s. You know, everybody talks about the heavy bands from the UK, rightfully so, right? Of course, you know, Sabbath and Zeppelin and Purple and Heap and Budgie and all those other ones. But we did have some here in the States as well, and I always thought that Mountain were one of the better ones of the heavy bands. Basically, you know, a blues rock band, but with lots of fuzz and distortion and big beefy riffs and sizzling solos. And, you know, Leslie's just such a great guitar player. Always really loved his playing. And you've got some songs here on this album that would become entrenched in the Mountain live set for years to come, like Blood of the Sun, right? You got Dreams of Milk and Honey. Wow, terrific stuff there, right? You got Baby I'm Down, right? And Felix Pappalardi co-writing most of these songs here. So you've got Blood of the Sun. I absolutely love Blood of the Sun. It's such a great song, great riff. You got Long Red, Better Watch Out, another great song, Blind Man, Baby I'm Down, Dreams of Milk and Honey. Tell me that riff in there is not like one of the coolest, like early doomy riffs. Holy cow, so good. Storyteller Man, This Wheel's on Fire, of course, is a remake of a Bob Dylan song. Look to the Wind, Southbound Train, another good bluesy rocker there, and Because You Are My Friend. You know, 11 tracks, kind of a lot for, album at this time, but most in like the 2 to 3 minute range, thereabouts. Nothing's really long. I don't think anything surpassed 4 minutes, no. But yeah, just a great sounding album, rocking album, and you know the Mountain Climbing album just basically takes this to the next level. And we've got those first like kind of like 4 or 5 Mountain albums, just so good, so heavy. You got little folky bits here and there, little bluesy stuff, little bits of pop, but for the most part, just good beefy American hard rock on these, and just some great guitar playing. And you know, this of course a fairly obscure album at the time, so we don't have any certification stuff for this, no chart, no nothing. This didn't put a dent anywhere, but that would change very much with the next album, right? Then all of a sudden you have Mountain Climbing is now the kind of America's version of Cream, and Mississippi Queen becomes a fairly big hit, and there you have it. Mountain becomes one of the bigger bands here in America at the time, and that leads, of course, to the West Bruce and Lang. After Mountain breaks up, Cream is already broken up, and then you get Jack Bruce joining up with a couple of these dudes, and I think it's even crazier from there, and that's a whole other story about West Bruce and Lang, right? So, but this is my pick for today, pick number 22. Let us know what you think of Leslie West Mountain in the comments below. The big man. There he is. Got my allergies are kicking in big time this morning. In fact, I had already halfway taped this episode and I got into a crazy sneezing fit, and I'm like, oh well, I guess I got to redo that one again. So yeah, dig this album quite a bit. I felt really bad when we were doing the top hard rock and metal albums of the 70s countdown. Climbing was, I really wanted to make it on there. It's so hard in the 70s. There's so many great, really rockin' heavy albums in the 70s, and like mountain climbing was always like just on the outskirts of my top picks. And I like always felt really bad, about God, I feel so bad I couldn't include Mountain in that list, because I really love Mountain a lot. But it's the numbers game, right? There's just so many to pick from. But then I thought, but Leslie West's first album came out in '69, right before they played at Woodstock, right? I definitely can include it in my 60s list. And yes, as you can see, definitely made it here. So I'm happy to include Leslie West somewhere in one of these lists, right? Some of these countdowns. So there you have it. So visit us on the web at www.seatranquility.org. We're on Facebook, we're on YouTube, all together, all the damn time. Please subscribe if you haven't already, and click on that notification bell so you get alert of all of our content as it posts. And please do hit the like button before you leave. Also, down below, we got the links to our Ko-Fi page for channel donations, as well as our merch page. So thanks in advance for all your support there. Coming up here on the channel, we've got the UK connection in just a few short hours, right, this afternoon, evening for some of you folks in other parts of the world. And we will be doing another one of our AOR melodic rock episodes, and the 3 albums today are, one of them's kind of a classic, one of them's somewhat of an obscure one, and one of them is they did an AOR melodic rock album. So we got Billy Squier, Emotions in Motion. We got the debut, self-titled, from Romeo's Daughter. And we got Uriah Heep Equator. They did a melodic rock album. Yes, they did. So stay tuned for that. And lots of fun on the UK connection. That's coming up this afternoon. This evening, for those of you here in the States, we've got a special show for you. I'm going to be doing a show on what makes a really good box set. When do box sets really work well? And when does a box set not work out that well, right? And I've got a special guest joining me. Brendan Snyder will be coming over from his YouTube channel, joining us on Sea of Tranquility. We're going to talk about 5 examples of box sets that really work, that hit all the marks, and 5 that maybe fall a little short. So it's kind of like what we really love about box sets and what we don't like about box sets, right? So that's all coming up tonight. And then, of course, tomorrow, ranking the albums, Sly and the Family Stone with my special guest, Grant Arthur from Grant's Rock Warehouse, and the Contrarian. So some star-studded stuff happening this weekend here on SOT. So tune into all of it. Till then, I am Pete Pardo. Have a good one. Bye-bye.